Barbara Floyd Jones.
I'll look it up.
See if she's reputable. Time for thinking real estate. Laura Dwyer Schlecke. No Bill.
No
Jackie,
Bill.
Jackie Austin.
Hey.
Or Jackie.
Little Billy Bunting. He went to hunting.
Okay. Whatever you say.
So,
And however you say it.
there you go. I know I've said it that way for years. Doesn't it make sense?
Kind of.
Okay. Perfect.
Where at?
He goes out to South Dakota. Gregory, South Dakota.
Beautiful
With his
downtown
dog.
Gregory.
With Lottie. Our Springer is an amazing hunter. And it's fun to watch if you've never gone.
Why doesn't he go to Gregory, Michigan?
I don't know if they have pheasants there. There's
Oh,
a place in
I'm
south
sure
of.
I'm sure they have pheasants.
There's a couple of places in Hillsdale that he goes. And in fact, I think there's a really good pheasant farm in Parma
Okay. Who knew?
that he goes to. You'll have to ask him when he gets back.
I will.
All I know is watching a dog pheasant hunt is really fun to watch. They hop like rabbits. It's very cool. Anyhow, so here we are. I have Jackie here.
Yeah.
And I thought I would, could kind of talk about what we do to get houses sold and how to get your house ready for sale.
Good idea.
Because we are, whether, if the house is priced right, you'll get multiple offers in this market. But it also has to be, what I tell people, it has to be ready to eat off the floor.
Eat off the garage floor is what you tell me.
Yeah, I'm a little more specific.
Really?
Off the garage floor.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Makes a
you
huge
probably
difference.
have clients that just say, "Here it is, sell it."
Don't have time, but if they can make it look like you can eat off the garage floor,
Yeah.
it will sell quicker for higher amount of money. I mean, we've got one on Trisha,
Oh, Lord.
priced at $119,900, 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a fireplace in the lower level, and
I think we've been averaging 1 or 2 showings a day on
yeah,
that one.
and we've gotten 2 offers on it, and but it's ready to move into.
Pristine.
Pristine. They painted the garage floor. They went through and painted the house, put new carpet in, scrubbed the house.
It's very clean.
Yeah,
Very nice to walk in
in
there.
some areas. I don't know if they redid that deck or not, but
I don't remember.
just depends on what oh, I know the backyard. When I looked at it, you couldn't see the backyard, and they trimmed all these trees and shrubs, and now it's got a beautiful backyard. You wouldn't have ever guessed it before. Makes
So the
a
moral
big
is-
difference.
It might cost you some money to sell your house.
Right, but it doesn't take, a gallon of paint isn't that expensive. It's labor intensive, right?
Right.
But it's worth every bit that you put into it. Fresh coat of paint. And I like to say neutralize it too. We use Navajo white and Dove white trim, but I have a painter I use, Bruce Rockwell, does a beautiful job of painting. And he likes to paint the trim the same color as the walls, so he did that in one of my clients' house. And I've never done that, and it looked spectacular. So I'm not against that now.
Bruce is an artist.
Bruce has converted me a little bit.
Okay.
So-
So normally you do a different trim, but
Yeah, I think if the trim is small and nothing special, paint it. Now I'm a Bruce Rockwell believer and paint it the same color as the walls. But that takes you to we do 10 things to get a property sold, and one of them is making sure that the house is walking through and letting you know what we think will make that house sell faster and for more money. I have a stager who comes in and stages houses when there's furniture. And we've had a house sell simply because of the way the furniture sat in the house.
go figure.
I know.
Well, and that was one where the way the furniture was sitting for the staging didn't really work for that family. So every time there was a showing, they would move the furniture to the way the stager wanted.
Mhm.
Right. Because they had a couple of kids and it was a very small house, but the furniture made it look bigger.
Laura, you must be a stager by now.
No, you know what I tell people?
What?
I have good taste, but my job isn't to decorate your house. My job is to sell your house.
So what does a stager do?
She comes in and I'm not even there. She'll work with the family, and usually I require they have someone that can move furniture because my stager's Nan Sparks, and I don't like her to have to move things. And if it's an elderly person who doesn't have someone there to help
Right,
them, I'll usually have my maintenance guys go help. But
She comes in and looks at the furniture and make sure it's placed in appropriate locations. She'll look at what's on the walls, make sure it's not either overwhelming or too bare, kind of a good balance there. She'll make suggestions on things that, you know, maybe in the garden needs to be tended to or something like that.
Declutter. Front door, walk up from the steps and have a great first impression. She's been known to go to Target and buy a couple of things. But she works with what you have. In fact, I've had her come to my house several times. My family calls her Nana Homewrecker. With love, with much love. But it makes a world of difference. Huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So, the other thing that's really, one of the other things we do is all the marketing we do. But lots of pictures. Because once Nan goes in stages or people are ready, the garage is painted, ready to eat off that garage floor. Look at that face.
I'm, okay.
Okay.
He's picturing people eating off their
Right.
floor.
But it makes it, I sold one to a single lady, just got divorced with 2 kids, and she bought the house because the garage was so clean. And she felt when she moved in there that she wouldn't have to do much work to that property. It gave her a sense of security. And people don't want to buy problems.
No, I agree. Yeah.
So it's
What's the
whether there's
biggest issue? What's the biggest issue you find when you go through? Is it just dirt?
Yeah, especially if they're living in the house, once they move out, it's going to look a lot different. If there's kids, toys are an issue. But usually the sellers that are in the market right now, I talked to a couple last week. They've got a couple of kids. Their house is clean as a whistle, but they still have toys, and they said we'll do what it takes to get the house ready for showings. Most sellers will go above and beyond. Usually you'll find the biggest problems might be in a state where the heirs don't want to put the money into the property, and usually estates are pretty dated.
Yeah.
Red carpet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But literally, the more neutral you can get that house, the cleaner you can get it, the more you'll get for it. And even those estates should take the time to put the money into it. I talked to someone on Saturday that had gone in and taken, in her brother's house, had gone in and taken wallpaper down and neutralized the house before it went on the market, which is unusual.
We have Evanston, which is an estate, and they went in and put new carpet in and freshly painted most of the rooms, and I think that's been a big help in getting a lot of interest in that one, in addition to the awesome kitchen on that one.
Now, when I watch the real estate TV shows,
Do you have time to do that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Sometimes in the afternoon
Okay.
after Gunsmoke. It's all about the kitchen
Uh-huh.
and all about the bathroom.
Bathroom, yeah. Well, Evanston's a great example. It's, what
Oh.
is it?
Well, there's
Is that a wasp?
It's something.
Drama in the newsroom.
Yeah, there's a big wasp.
It looks like a bird. That's how big
Looks like
it
a
is.
bat. Stay there. Jeez. They must like track lighting.
Yeah.
It's a good spot for it.
There's probably a nest up there.
Better than on my arm, like you.
Where's
was.
Dave from Aardvark?
I know.
Get him over here. He'll protect you. After he's described the bug to you in great detail, he'll then get it. He or Don, one of the two.
Alright, what were we talking about?
Anyhow, Evanston is a great example of a house that's $80,000, $79,900, 5 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, but it's got a brand new kitchen. How old's that kitchen? Two or 3
5
years?
or 6 years, because it was. Yeah, it was at least
Anyhow.
5 or 6 years ago.
Brand new. It's granite counter, and it's huge, absolutely huge, which you'll never find in that price of home. And we've had a ton of interest on it. Unfortunately, a lot of the interest has been that's the first house they look at, and people
Yeah.
are so afraid to buy the first house,
But
even if it's the one they like.
30, 40-year-old kitchens and baths don't really cut it, do they?
No, it's hard to want to get in there and cook your meal in a old,
Mm-hmm.
and especially if the counters are tile. Granite is so inexpensive nowadays to refurbish, or if you have a high-end home and you don't have.
Plywood
I think
cover.
every
cupboards.
high-end home should have granite counters or Corian, but Formica doesn't cut it in a high-end home.
Doesn't.
You spend all your money. Y'all go into a lot of high-end homes and they've spent a lot of money in their kitchens and bathrooms, and then they put Formica on there. It turns buyers off. Their expectations are when you're spending $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 for a house, they're going to get granite. That's the expectation. The other expectation is they're going to get hardwood floors, but they'll live with not hardwood floors. Or if there's carpet there, they'll say, "I'll pull out the carpet and put hardwood floors in." But
Mm-hmm.
but granite's an expectation, like it or not. We've taken once we convince everybody to get their houses ready, then we go in and take lots of photographs. I'm finding buyers won't even go look at a house if there's not a lot of photographs on it. And ask any buyer. I haven't met anybody who, they're online, they want photos.
Now that's new.
The
Relatively.
photos?
Relatively.
I don't know. Since
I think what happened is when the market took a downturn, all these foreclosures came on the market and they'd only have a single picture of the front of the house. And so now it's kind of become if there's only a single picture, there must be something wrong inside.
Now see, I would be totally the opposite. I wouldn't trust a photo. I would want to go through and look,
Well, photographs make the house look better, in my opinion, for the most part. However, and you should probably inspect the house before you buy it. I think that's kind of a must.
Yeah.
But we did sell a house strictly based on the photographs we took, because we take a picture of the furnace, the water heater, if there's a well, the pump. We take a picture of everything, and this kid could decide that was the house he wanted and wrote an offer before even seeing it.
To me, that's not very smart.
Well,
Well, he did have a contingency to look at it, but he
yeah,
ended up buying it
he
anyway,
looked
so.
at it before we closed,
Okay, well,
and he still liked it.
then he looked at it.
Right,
Okay.
right. And he may have gone and walked around outside. I don't remember, but he certainly wrote the offer before he saw the inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting what I personally would want to walk around and touch and feel it, but
Yeah.
see how much work really needs to be done. We're also sending out, we were sending out just listed postcards to 100 neighbors, because usually mom lives in the neighborhood and she wants her grandkids to live near her, depending on the type of house it is. Or the kids are there, and if there's a small bungalow that comes on the market, they want their mom to come live by them.
Okay.
We still
Wow.
send out postcards. We just send
Yeah,
out more.
now we use Every Door Direct, so we're sending over. It looks like it's averaging about 500 postcards.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's the entire mail route for that particular house. So yeah.
What about appliances? How important are they?
I don't think they're that important. Certainly, but I think most people, unless they bought a really cool double door stainless steel Sub-Zero or what have you, most people don't want to hassle with moving the refrigerator. Most people don't want to hassle with moving appliances, period. Maybe their washer and dryer if they're relatively new, but 9 times out of 10 they'll leave them.
Yeah, and I think for buyers, they don't really expect them if they walk in the house and there's a missing appliance, whatever it is, it's not breaking the deal from what I've seen.
Right.
So, and again, I think that comes from the downturn in the market. When you bought a foreclosure, you weren't getting any appliances. So I think a change in perception has happened where people aren't necessarily expecting them.
Well, and
these
I think
days.
a lot of people like to buy their own new appliances anyways. I'm gonna get a used kitchen, I at least want new appliances.
Right.
So I can go to several places to get appliances, and they've got 0% interest loans out there for that. And once they've got their mortgage, don't do it before you get your mortgage. Then they can go get the appliances that they want. That's just not unusual.
Landscaping.
Curb appeal. You're not gonna get your money back on landscaping, but you are gonna be more attractive than the neighbor's house that's for sale side by side. You'll get more people in the door. Curb appeal.
There are occasions where buyers will pull up to a house and say, I don't want to see this one, and not go in.
If there's weeds,
Toast.
yeah, pull the weeds. But if you're, don't have any landscaping, it's just grass, then you're okay. You're better off than having weeds. If there are weeds, they don't think the house is maintained. Dirty front door, bent screen, broken, or bent storm door, torn screens.
Torn screen would be bad.
Yeah, they just don't think you've taken care of those little details. Bent garage door.
I think the other thing is to think about what happens to the first step into the house as well. I know I showed a house over the summer, I think, and it was so cute to walk up to, and then you walk in the front door and the door hit the couch because there was not enough room. So clearly your first impression is, oh my God, this house is so cramped.
That was not good staging.
Right, exactly. Messy closets. If your closets are full, then they don't think you have enough storage. And it could just be that you don't want to get rid of any of the clothes that you haven't worn in 10 years.
Well, most closets are pretty full. Fair to say, or no?
Well,
My
if
closets
they're
are all organized.
Yeah, if they're overflowing, get some of the stuff out of there. People expect there to be stuff in the closets, but
Yeah.
not stuff so
Not-
much that when you
Not-
open the door you can't.
Oh,
get it
and
closed again.
you don't know how many houses I've been in where for some reason people don't know how to use their dressers or hang up their clothes. Or it's like, did you know there? Did
I've
you
been
not
in
know
one of
there was a
those.
showing? Oh my God! Clean the house. Oh, the other pet peeve I have is don't make me take my shoes off if your house is dirty.
Okay. No. That's,
If your house is, I've got a great house at 904 West Washington. Clean as a whistle. She had the carpets clean. Bruce Rockwell did the painting on the inside. I mean, it's in move-in ready. Smells great in there. She put in runners so people clearly know where to walk. She has booties by the door. I don't mind taking my shoes off there. But if I go into a house and they clearly have not cleaned, don't make me take my shoes off. But it irritates the buyers too,
Well,
and
yeah.
it just makes them, actually, it makes them look closer at the house when they say take your shoes off. And if it's a mess, they look closer and they just walk away, turn around and walk out. So anyhow,
Are you talking about your stuff?
what?
I think we're out of time.
Oh, there we go. Look at Jackie, keeping us on track. I've got a new listing at 308 East Monroe. It's a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch, just under 1,200 square feet, bigger than normal houses over there on Monroe. And it's $64,900. And nice fenced-in backyard, and I think it was a 2-car plus detached garage. And then 2508 Tricia, although we have an offer on that one already. That's a new listing at 119.9, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,200 square feet.
that's off what?
That-
Tricia's,
Tricia-
Top of Spring River Road.
Spring Road, over there by that golf course.
Okay.
Hickory Hills, is that what it is?
Well, there's a couple. Arbor Hills,
Yeah,
Hickory
across
Hills.
the street from Arbor Hills. So that's Hickory Hills,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And then we have open houses this weekend. We're not going to do that one, are we?
Oh, no. Maybe we should do that one instead. I don't know.
We're going to
We'll
plan
figure
it as we go here.
You're right in the business meeting here.
So 3310 West Morrell, nice house, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, main floor laundry. It's a full basement. It's over 1,400 square feet, listed for $149,900. Sits on almost 4 acres of land. So it is east of Robinson Road. Easy to get to everywhere from there. And that one is open from 1 to 2:30. The other one, we've got an offer on, so we're not gonna do the open house on it. So we might do a different open house, I'll let you know, so you
Okay.
can let everyone know. But other than that, we've just got a good inventory of houses right now. Need more, and strong buyers are out there, strong sellers.
People are looking.
People are looking, the buyers are serious, I don't think there's as many buyers out there, but the ones that are out there are serious, and they're ready to buy. You can call me at 780-3800.
keys away from Dad this week.
I don't think Mom's been